Okay, so for science class, we learned about polar bears last week, and this week we're learning about penguin chicks. Okay, and while you're reading this, I want you to think about the main idea of this story. And I think you could probably guess just by the title what it's all about. A penguin chick, right? So let's get started. A fierce wind howls. It whips snow across the ice. Here, a female emperor penguin has just laid an egg. It is the only egg she will lay this year. Most birds build nests for their eggs, but on the ice in Antarctica, there are no twigs or leaves. There is no grass or mud, nothing to build a nest with. Nothing but snow and ice. Here you can see the egg, and you can see there's no leaves or mud or grass or anything. It's just snow and ice. The new penguin father uses his beak to scoop the egg into his webbed feet. He tucks it under his feather-covered skin into a special place called a brood patch. The egg will be as snug and warm there as if it were in a sleeping bag. So, I have a question. Why do they put the egg into the brood patch? The brood patch is kind of like, it's a place in their skin where they'll put the egg. Almost like a kangaroo a little bit. But why do they put the egg in the brood patch? Well, if we look at the next sentence, it says, the egg will be as snug and warm there. It will be warm inside of the brood patch. One of the penguin parents must stay with the egg to keep it warm, but where penguins lay their eggs, there is no food for them to eat. The penguin father is bigger and fatter than the mother. He can live longer without food, so the father penguin stays with the egg while the mother travels to the sea to find food. The two parents sing together before the mother penguin leaves. There they are, singing together, and the mother penguin leaves. So, think really fast about the polar bear. The polar bear's father. How is the polar bear's father different than the penguin father? Maybe that's a question I'm going to ask, and you have to try to answer it. Okay. Along with many other penguins, the mother penguin leaves the rookery. Well, what's a rookery? If we keep reading, it will tell us. It's where she laid her egg. The mother walks or slides on her belly. This is called tobogganing. What's tobogganing? Mother walks or slides on her belly. That's tobogganing. She uses her flippers and webbed feet to push herself forward over ice and snow. Because it's winter in Antarctica, water near the shore is frozen for many miles. After 3 days, the mother penguin comes to the end of the ice. She dives into the water to hunt for fish, squid, and tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill. What are krill? Well, they're tiny shrimp-like creatures. Here's the rookery. There's the penguins tobogganing, and there's the krill. Okay, and this is a video of the penguins tobogganing. They're sliding on their belly, using their flippers, or their legs and arms to push them. Okay. Back at the rookery, the penguin fathers form a group called a huddle. They stand close together for warmth. Each one keeps his own egg warm. For 2 months, the penguin father always keeps his egg on his feet. When he walks, he shuffles his feet so the egg doesn't roll away. He sleeps standing up. He has no food to eat, but the fat on his body keeps him alive. Okay, so stop and think. Main idea and details. What is the main idea on this page? Which details support the main idea? Okay, so let's think about the main idea of this page. All of it is about what? Can I say it's all about a penguin egg? No, because this says he has no food to eat, but the fat on his belly keeps him alive. That's not about a penguin egg. I think all of this is about the father penguins. We can see every sentence in this is about how the father penguins live and survive in the Arctic. So we can say for 2 months the penguin father always keeps his eggs on his feet. He has no food to eat. Each father keeps his own egg warm. Okay, so I'm pretty sure all of this is about the father penguin. Finally, he feels the chick move inside the egg. The chick pecks and pecks and pecks. In about 3 days, the egg cracks open. The chick is wet, but soon his soft feathers cool down, dry, and become fluffy and gray. Well, what's down? It's his soft feathers. The father still keeps the chick warm in his brood patch. Sometimes the chick pokes his head out, but while he's so little, he must stay covered, and he must stay on his father's feet. Otherwise, the cold would kill him. The father talks to the chick in his trumpet voice. The chick answers with a whistle. And you can see, there he is hatching out of his egg. His father's saying, "Oh my goodness." There he is just after he's born, and there he is a little bit bigger. Okay. The father's trumpet call echoes across the ice. The penguin mother is on her way back to the rookery, but she can't hear him. She's still too far away. If the mother doesn't come back soon with food, the chick will die. 2 days pass before the mother can hear the father penguin's call. Here you can see them with, and then the mother's coming back. At last, the mother arrives at the rookery. She cuddles close to her chick and trumpets to him. He whistles back. With her beak, she brushes his soft gray feathers. The mother swallowed many fish before she left the ocean. She brings some of this food back up from her stomach and feeds her chick. She has enough food to keep him fed for weeks. He stays on her feet and snuggles into her brood patch. Now whose turn is it to go get food? Well, the father is very hungry, so he travels to open water. There he dives to hunt for food. Weeks later, the father returns with more food for the chick. Each day, the parents preen or brush the chick's downy coat with their beaks. What does preen mean? It says it right here. It means brush. This keeps the down fluffy and keeps the chick warm. Okay, here's some pictures of them brushing the chick's fur. As the chick gets bigger, he and the other chicks no longer need to stay on their parents' feet. Instead, they stay together to keep warm. This group of chicks is called a nursery. The chick now spends most of his time here, but he still rushes to his mother or father to be fed when either one comes back from the ocean. So you can see they stay huddled together to keep warm. Sometimes the chick and the other young penguins dig their beaks into the ice to help them walk up a slippery hill. They toboggan down fast on their fluffy bellies. That's kind of like the polar bear. The polar bears also played so they can learn how to walk on the ice. The chick grows and grows. After 5 months, he has grown into a junior penguin. He is old enough to travel to the ocean. Now he has a waterproof coat of feathers instead of fluffy down. He can swim in the icy cold ocean because his feathers keep him dry and warm. So you can see this one looks really excited to go to the ocean. Jumping out of the water. The young penguin spends most of his time in the water. He swims, flapping his flippers as if he were flying underwater. He uses his webbed feet to steer wherever he wants to go. He catches a fish with his beak and swallows it head first. Oh, and here's a video of them jumping into the water. They look like they just kind of fall into the water. Okay. Now the young penguin can catch his own food and take care of himself. In about 5 years, he'll find a mate. Then he'll take care of his own egg until the chick can hatch. Oh, they're so cute.